Let's do one more exercise using a different object, and this time again we will be drawing the upper front and left side views of this object, and please be careful about its front. It's been indicated that all these surfaces are the front of this object. This is the front of this object. So we can start by looking to the object from above, and we can again divide our drawing paper, A4 drawing paper, into 4 parts, and we can draw the upper view here, and we will be starting by the closest surfaces. These are these 2 red squares, 15 millimeter to 15 millimeter squares, are the closest ones to us. So I can just leave a 1 centimeter interval and maybe 1 centimeter distance, so that the sides of the object will not be overlapping with the vertical and profile projection planes. These 2 squares are the first things that I need to draw with my middle thickness, middle darkness elevation lines here. I just need to draw 2 squares, 15 millimeter to 15 millimeter, and leave a 20 millimeter gap between them. And these will be these red surfaces. And after that, I can just move a little bit lower, and I will find this surface in between them. So I can add 2 lines here, but if I want to indicate that there is a level difference, I can leave 2 tiny gaps for the intersection, and this will be giving the message that this surface here, this red surface here, is a little bit lower than these 2 square surfaces. There is a level difference. And then I can continue with this surface. Here, as you can see, it's a 25 millimeter length. It has a 25 millimeter length, and again 15 millimeter, 20 millimeter, and 50 millimeter here. And there is a 10 millimeter part, inner part here. So I can start drawing a 25 millimeter line here, and then turn right and draw a 15 millimeter line, turn this direction and draw a 10 millimeter line to indicate this inner part here, and I can go for 20 millimeter more, again 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter, and 25 millimeter. However, if I left these gaps, I should leave them as well to indicate that there is a level difference here. This line, the connection of this line here is lower than this upper corner. So I am leaving 2 gaps there, and I need to draw these surfaces. But since they are profile projecting planes here, I cannot draw a 43.5 millimeter long distance because I will be seeing its projection on this surface, and it will be shorter. As you can see, it will be shorter, and there is no length here. There is no given length here. However, they gave me a 60 millimeter total length. So this is what I need to do. Starting from this corner, I need to measure a 60 millimeter length so that I will be finding this corner here. The projection of all these inclined lines and surfaces. And since these are connected surfaces, even if there is a level difference for the bottom lines, there are no level difference with the upper edges here. So I am leaving no gap here. They are just continuous surfaces. First, it starts as a horizontal plane, and then it will be an inclined plane, and there are no level difference between these surfaces. I need to draw till up here so that I will have a 60 millimeter total length, and then follow these lines here. And there is just only one surface left for this object. It's this inner part here, and it is just 10 millimeter inside. And I need to leave these gaps again because since I am standing here, this corner is lower than this line here. There is a level difference. To indicate that difference, that level difference, I am leaving the same amount of gaps for this line here. Please be careful about these gaps. You don't need to do them. You prefer not doing them. It's optional, but please consider that if you use them correctly, you will be giving more information to someone else who will be looking at this drawing, and they will be able to understand this object in a better way. And that was the end of our top view, so we can move on to front view. Now the guy is standing here in front of the object and looking at this direction. Let's start with the closest surfaces. These two surfaces, they are these surfaces indeed. So this is what I need to do. I need to transfer these corners up here, and I can, as you understand that I cannot draw a 43.5 millimeter length here because of these inclined surfaces. I am just seeing them shorter as a 3 centimeter rectangle here. So I will be using 3 centimeters instead of 43.5 millimeters because of this position here. So these are the closest surfaces. So I can move on. I can go a little bit further, and I will be looking at this inner part here. Since their height are the same, I will be adding just 2 lines, but there are interval differences between this corner and back this corner and here and here. So I am not connecting the lines. I'm leaving those gaps to indicate that there is an interval difference. After that, I will be seeing this back surface here. You can find the length. It's 15 millimeter height, 10 millimeter, and 5 millimeter here. So I will be using the same guides. And since there is another interval difference between this corner and back this corner here, I am leaving this gap. Start drawing a 15 millimeter. And if you leave the gap, please do not forget that this is your 15 millimeter. This is your 15 millimeter, including the gap. And the gap is just a little tiny gap. It shouldn't be longer than the tip of your pencil. It's important. And you will be creating these lines. Go down for 10 millimeters, go horizontal, and then go up for 10 millimeters again and 15 millimeters. And you should leave the same gaps since there is the same interval difference here. And that will be all for our frontal view. So we can move on to the left side view. Please do not forget that this is the front here. The man is standing in front, and this is his left side. So when the questions asks us to draw the left side, this is the left side of the object. So we need to go here and look at the object at this direction so that we will be seeing the left side. If the question asked us to draw the right side, we should think that this is the front and man is standing here in the front. So this is his right, and that will be the right side of the object. So we need to change our position so that the man will be standing here and looking at this direction, and he will be seeing the right side. Now let's do the left side, and this green surface is the only surface he sees. And let's check it here. This edge, the upper edge, this one, this upper edge is this one, this edge here, and then you can see this edge is this one here, and also since these are horizontal planes, I won't be seeing them. I will be seeing as 2 points here. One is here, this one here, just a point, and the other is this one here, just another point. And let's look this inclined surface. This inclined surface is this line here, right? However, I am seeing this line because of its position. It's this line here, right? So we can imagine it like this. The man is standing here. Now this time he is standing here, he is looking at this direction, and you can see the man here again is looking at this direction. So these are the lines that I need to transfer. I need to transfer this corner and connect it with this corner to find this corner, this back corner here. And if I transfer this front corner and connect it with this level, I will be looking at this front corner here. So this is what I need to do. I need to combine these two corners and then go down to indicate this edge here. That's this line here, or this edge here. And then I need to go horizontal since towards this corner here. I can carry this distance so that I will be finding the corner to incline my line, and that will be this inclined line here, up here, down to this front edge, front corner, which I transferred here, and the level of the corner here, and then I need to combine the rest of the lines to indicate the bottom surface. And how about these ones here? Since they are being blocked by these surfaces, he won't be seeing them. He will be seeing this line and this one here. So we need to indicate them as the dashed lines, as the hidden lines. And that will be the all. Please do not forget that for all your guiding lines, you need to use very thin and gray lines, barely visible lines. And for every edge that you are seeing, or every hidden edge you want to indicate, you need to use middle thickness, middle darkness lines. And there should be at least twice the size between these line weights. They are important, and you don't erase them. You keep it like this. And when you are using your compass, you need to be careful to create same line weights in the same quality. And that will be all.